Good evening and welcome to another episode of Music Talk Thursday. I am your host, BioMuse. Hope that you guys are having a happy holiday for those of you who celebrate, enjoying your turkey and such. And for those of you who don't, hope you're having a great Thursday and that you've had a fantastic week. I am broadcasting from the East Coast right now. I had to travel to the East Coast for a table tennis tournament that I participate in every year. It's always Thanksgiving weekend. It's one of the largest tournaments in North America, and it's absolutely just an amazing time. If you guys have never seen a table tennis tournament, I definitely recommend one. And if you're in the DC area, this is definitely one to check out. You got some of the top players from all over the world playing at this event. I'm not one of the top players in the world, but pretty decent, but coming off an injury, so, taking it a little bit easy this go around, but it is just so much fun. And like I said, people from all over the world, my best friends I get to see once a year. Got some players out from France, from China, Germany. I think I saw maybe a couple of the Puerto Rican people out here. Usually there are a lot of Puerto Rican teams, but with everything that was happening, with the hurricanes and everything, I don't know if the Puerto Rican teams made it out this year. But either way, I just flew in today, so it's been a long day on flight. So it's actually 10:30 at night for me right now. Technically, but my brain's still on 7:30 p.m. because it's still in Los Angeles in here. Anyway, flight went well, got here, check in, everything was good. So, that being said, I'm trying to think of music stuff for this week. I did have the opportunity to play with Logic a little bit this week, and it was a lot of fun. I got to see that it's capable of doing some additional things. Hey Dan, thanks for checking in. Dan's out here also playing at the tournament this year, so should be a fun weekend. As I was saying, I was like, I don't have a lot of music stuff because this week's just been going crazy trying to get ready for the tournament, but I didn't want to let you guys down and not be here and say, hey. This tournament every year I bake cookies and cupcakes and brownies and stuff when I bring them. So people who don't know me for my table tennis skills know me for, as the cupcake chick. So it's good, gotta get my name out there one way or another. Anyway, as I was mentioning, I had a friend that was helping me play with Logic a little bit and got in there and was like, whoa, I didn't know that it could do that. Because the short training I got was very basic, just kind of recording, messing with the different instruments a little bit, playing with flex time a bit, and that was about it. But with this, I'm able to actually do more of that background sound, so kind of the more drumming, but a little bit more natural, because what I've tried doing in the past with Logic was, and I'm using Logic X Pro for those who are interested on my MacBook Pro. And so I had the capacity to, either select a drum kit instrument and then try to do that, but like the timing was never quite right for me. And I couldn't, like the instruments were just all weird, or I would take I'd take the loops that they have, because Logic has a bunch of loops preloaded in there that you can use royalty free. And so, as far as I know, it's royalty free. I could be wrong. I think if you use it as is, maybe not so much, or maybe you're allowed to edit and then utilize it. So I don't like to use everything straight as it is from the computer, because that's not really, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something I don't feel right doing, because then it's not really mine. What I do is I'll go in the loop and take pieces of it and mix and match and basically take the individual instruments from there and make it into my own thing. But that was extremely time consuming, and cutting those was definitely taking a lot of time. But with this new method, and I need to remember how to do it because my friend did it by accident. It's like, I think I remember what buttons to push. I'm going to be playing with that some more, and definitely it sounds like I'm going to be able to get a lot more dynamic sound. My keyboard is apparently ready to go, hooked up, so I'm gonna, when I get back in town, I'm gonna start practicing on it some more, because I want to start writing some songs. I got some recommendations, some things to do while I'm writing music to do that. Ah, yes, there, more music things. I knew if I was talking, I'd get more music things in my head, because music is just such an integral part of my life. There's always something musical going on up here, so just gotta get it out. So I have a few friends, and I've mentioned the collaborations I've done previously, and I do thoroughly enjoy collaborations. So, and Dan's recommending that I sleep. Technically, I'm a coach too, so you can't pull that one on me, and I'm team captain, so you can't tell me what to do. So there. Anyway, um, and I'm gonna sleep, but apparently I'm not playing any matches tomorrow, so I really don't need to sleep till tomorrow night. So take that. I might play the last match tomorrow, but I don't know yet. Anyway, so collaborations. I have another friend of mine that I'd been speaking with, and we worked together previously at a vet clinic, and it's like, yeah, I love writing lyrics, but I can't sing, I can't put anything to music. So I called him a couple days ago, text message him like, hey, you never called me. What's going on? Are we doing music? What's up? And so it's like, yeah, I just gave some of my music to somebody and they made it into something that sounded great. I was like, you didn't give me any lyrics yet. What's up with that? So I told him, it's like, just send me lyrics and I'll go ahead and put some vocals to it. And you let me know if you have recommendations. If not, just give me the words and I'll just go with it. And so within about an hour, he actually sent me lyrics, a full song of lyrics. And so it was a little bit off in terms of the number of syllables in the verses were a little bit different, so that was a little bit challenging. But the first verse, I think I did like 3 takes, and then I think I did like 1 or 2 takes of the chorus, and then I did just first take of the second and third verse, and I changed the third verse to be more like a bridge, change it up a little bit. And I didn't think it was, for me, it wasn't like, oh my God, that sounded fantastic. It was good, like I liked it. And when I read the lyrics and just knowing his story and how things are in his life, when I heard it, it was kind of like a slower song. And I heard it more of a high-pitched song, so, like one of my higher notes. And so I went ahead and recorded that for him, and it's like, I'm not sending this to you until you talk to me because it needs explanation. So, not that it really did, but it's like I just wanted to make sure that he was going to listen to it as soon as I sent it because I wanted feedback right away. So, what I did was I waited for him to write back. We spoke on the phone for a couple minutes, told him how I recorded it, and to let me know if he wanted anything different. And so the text messages I got back were basically, wow, that gave me chills. That was absolutely amazing. I couldn't have, written it any, I couldn't have asked for it to sound any better, things like that. And it's like, oh, they feel really good. Like I said, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And of course, I am very critical of myself, as an artist should be, because if they're not, then they're just going to put out a bunch of nonsense. It won't be good. Being critical of yourself is good. Being too hard on yourself so you get nothing out, not so good. So everything's balanced, kind of like everything in moderation. Being critical of yourself also in moderation, a little bit is good, but too much is going to be detrimental. You're either going to get nothing out or you're just going to, quit altogether because I just suck at this and I'm horrible. But just keep at it, you know, get feedback from outside and then modify accordingly. Oh, hey, Sheraton. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. I know I missed a couple of weeks because I was sick, and then I was performing live on stage a couple. It was 2 times in 1 week that I couldn't be out here. So, but it's good to see you again. And then Dan saying that Michelle Martinez was warming up this evening. As I mentioned, one of the players from France, one of the top players in France, is actually at this tournament. He's like, hey, just one of our friends we go have dinner with sometimes. It's fun. Really nice. Amazing players. And also for those of you who are familiar with Bundesliga, this is the first year they're doing it. They're having a game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I was looking at the games of the event. Sorry, this is like really table tennis centric this episode because I'm kind of here for a 4-day weekend of table tennis. And so the Bundesliga, there's 2 teams. They're coming. They're playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And for me, I was looking through our game times, and usually we have a 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. match. It's like, why do we have a 9 a.m., 11 p.m., 4 and 6 p.m. matches? Because that just kind of really throws my schedule because that means we're not going to be done until at least 8, and then just makes for like a really late night and less sleep for the 13-hour day on Saturday. But Dan says Sharon singing the national anthem at the tournament. Do they do that? I don't even know. I don't recall them doing that. I don't think they do anything so official here. Ooh, Charlton says hit with salmonella poisoning. That is not fun. 10 days. Ouch. I'm glad that you're okay and back with us here. I hope that you're feeling much better. And yeah, stay away from the salmonella stuff. It's not good for you. That and the listeria, there's been quite a few outbreaks actually recently. I've been getting in my news feeds about the listeria and salmonella stuff. So, but I'm okay. It was nothing that bad. I was in bed pretty much for 3 days straight and then on and off the fourth day. Luckily, half of my sick days were over the weekend, so I only had to miss 2 days of work, so could have been worse. But yeah, so yeah, so you got logic updates, music. So my friend that I sang the his song for him, he I told him that if he could find somebody to do music for him, he could probably get that song together a lot faster than if he would wait for me to write music, because that's kind of where my block is right now, is writing music for myself. So he says, okay, I'll keep an ear out. But then I was talking to somebody else like, hey, why don't you just start, when you're singing, just find the note that you're singing and then just play like a chord. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know how to play chords. And then so I got an explanation of how to do this. Like, yeah, I guess that sounds simple enough. I can do that. So, but since my keyboard's all set up, hooked up to power and everything now, we should be good. And I will start working on that when I get back. I will not have done that by the time I talk to you guys, by the time I have Music Monday with you guys. I'm flying back in on Monday, and I should be getting home just in time. Just kind of like this, like get out here, get some stuff done, and get here just in time to, do the show tonight. It's going to be kind of the same on Monday, so it's going to be cutting it close. So while I'm on the airplane, I'll try to figure out what songs I want to do. Get home, check the karaoke tracks for you guys, and then get a show together for you guys for Monday night. So as long as I don't have any delays in flight time, I will be here. Well, not here. I'll be back in LA for you guys with some singing. And again, of course, I will take requests. And it's getting closer. It's already the end of November, which means I've got like two months and a week pretty much until my audition for America's Got Talent. So I really need to hone down and figure out a song to do. I need to read the requirements again a little better to see if I'm allowed to have a backing track. When I did the audition for The Voice, it was just vocal, one verse and one chorus. So I need to read the rules again on what they're expecting. And I think with America's Got Talent, you can actually bring people with you to the audition, whereas with The Voice, you couldn't do that. And I don't know if it's going to be an audition in front of, just like some producer person, or if it's those ones that they record with, with Simon and all those other people, because watching watching some of the previews, it looks like, I don't know how some of these people make it through. If there's a screening process before, it would make most sense to me if during the screening that they're, let me work with my words a little bit. It would make sense to me if there were a pre-screening process before you get in front of the judges. However, that being said, my logical mind is like, why do they let some of these people through to go see the actual judges of the show? And then it's like, oh wait, you need to remember this is not a show about talent. There's obviously talent in there. It's a reality show. And if everybody's just awesome, there's no drama, and where's the ratings? There's none. So people want to see real people that suck at singing just like they do. Makes them feel better. Like, oh my God, that person sings worse than me, and they're on that show. Like, wow, that was really bad. Whereas if everybody's just really good, you can appreciate it a lot, but it's not going to get you the ratings. So I will get back to you guys on that and let you know. And of course, when, after I go for the audition, you'll have more information on what the actual process was. Not like in detail, because they get mad about that. They don't want you guys to know the full process, but whatever's on the internet, I should be able to splurge on without, getting in trouble for that. And then recommendation, check out Quattro Sound Pro Music. Played live at Club Spin. Is that the Club Spin in New York or in LA? They actually tour and are really good. I have not heard of them, but I will definitely check them out. Thanks for the recommendation. Appreciate it. Um, let's see. Yeah, music stuff. My mom actually flew out to meet me for the tournament, so that was really cool. It's the first time we spent Thanksgiving together in like 9 years, I think, maybe 10 years. Club's been in LA for Quattro Sound. Cool. So my mom flew out here, and she's going to be here for the tournament, and my teammates are excited. It's like, yay, we have an extra cheerleader. Because that's what we need. We need people to be loud and say, yeah, good job. Because that really messes with the other person. How do you make a person who's losing feel worse? Clap for the person who's winning. It's, typical, typical. All right, cool. Thanks, Charlton, for hanging out. I'll see you again next time. Glad you're feeling better, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. For those of you who have not yet done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. No, I'm talking a little quiet today. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. But my mom's sleeping, so I'm trying not to be super loud. And I'm going to go to sleep soon too. Take me some anti-inflammatories and pass out because I'm already feeling the joint pain. It's really cold out here. I was walking back in the hotel after dinner, and like, it's really cold. How cold is it? Like, it's freezing out here. And I look at the temperature, sure enough, it's officially freezing. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius. And speaking of temperatures, I was talking to somebody on the airplane, and somebody heard 40 instead of 4 degrees Celsius. I'm like, I'd much prefer 40 over 4 because 4 is way too cold for me. 40, I'd rather tolerate the boiling over the freezing in terms of temperatures. And the guy sitting next to me is like, 40, that's like boiling. And it took me a second. Like, yeah, that's pretty hot. I was like, no, boiling's 100, literally, in Celsius, not 40. And I was like, okay, room temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, 40 is a good temperature for me. I'm totally good with that. So, um, but yeah, people are funny. Oh, I do have to mention one other thing. Totally not music related, but it's YouTube channel related. A friend of mine, mm, painful story for me. I'm not here to get into religious debates or conversations at all. But the statement that was made, the question that was asked was just so wow that it scared me. Um, and so I I have to share this with you. It was a very short post. This girl just woke up. She'd maybe, say girl, I don't know, she might be a teenager. She might be in her like early 20s or something. And she's like, I'm sorry about my hair. I just woke up. But I, I've been getting a lot of hate from a lot of hate and chatter on my feed about, from atheists about things that are just very angry and hateful. And I just had a dream, and the content isn't important, but and then she poses this question, and she says, so I have a question for all you atheists out there. And I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be good. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be funny, whatever it is. Because anytime you make like a blanket statement like that, there's got to be some sort of comedic value. So again, she's like, so I've got a question for all you atheists out there. And her question, if God doesn't exist, then who wrote the Bible? So yeah, that was like the end of the video, and I just, for lack of better phrasing, I don't even know where to start with that. So I'm not here to say like God exists or doesn't exist, but like if a God exists, he, she, it did not write a book on paper about the history of life and such. And if God did write the Bible, like which one? Which Bible? So there's so many things wrong with that question. But it was amusing enough for me to have to share that with you guys. But it was just really, it's kind of scary. So anyway, there's that. Um, on to music stuff. The shows that are going to be, I didn't look up shows around here where I am right now. I look up shows in LA just to be consistent. Dan says Trump wrote it. Trump wrote the Bible. Which one? Um, yeah. I'm not particularly religious one way or another. I take things as they come and go with it. And I don't have a problem with people that are religious and people that aren't religious. I just I don't appreciate when people try to force religion on others. Um, and if someone is in a religious conversation and says like, "Hey, I really don't want to, I'm not comfortable discussing religion. Can we switch topics?" Some people get really offended by that, and it's really hard to dodge a religious conversation with someone who wants to talk about it. So, a lot of people just do that polite, like, yeah, I gotta go. See you later. Um, Things like that. You know, I usually gauge most people pretty well, I'd like to think, but it's definitely interesting trying to have a conversation with someone who's extremely religious when you're not also having a conversation, on both sides. It's just absolutely fascinating. But so yeah, so shows in Los Angeles this week, so this weekend. So tomorrow, Guns N' Roses are playing at the Staples Center. They are also playing on Saturday night at a different facility. For those of you who really want to see Guns N' Roses but can't tomorrow night, can go Saturday. Saturday night. So my Saturday and Sunday shows are bands I've never heard of. I just was looking through, like, oh, these names look interesting. So Saturday night at a place called Create Nightclub, there's a group called Blaster Jacks, Blasterjaxx, one word. And the double X's, I don't know, it just sounds funny to me. I liked it. So there's that. And then on Sunday, there's a group called Spooky Reuben, and they're playing at the Kibitz Room. And when I saw that name, I was like, that really reminded me of Pee-wee's Big Adventure for some reason. Instead of Reuben. Yeah, his last name's Reuben, Paul Reuben. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. So there are some shows for you to go to if you hadn't had any planned already. Check out those or some other ones, and let me know what you think about that. I was looking around and I did see that Billboard had a list of 15 songs about winter, and in going through those 15 songs, I knew a grand total of 0 of them. I had heard a couple of like 2 of the groups, I think, but I've not heard any of the songs at all. So apparently I'm really behind on my winter music listening, so I'm gonna have to listen to some of those. Let's see. Sharton says religion should be an over 18 thing where one person can make up their own mind. So when you become adult, that's when you should be able to decide your religion after hopefully learning about a variety of them, not have it forced upon you. I totally agree with that. I think that children should be exposed to all of them and then make their own decision when they're, when they're of age or whatever. But I also understand very much the need for tradition, especially for some of the religions that are not quite as populous, that need, that want to keep to their traditions. And if the children grow up wanting to do something else, then those traditions will be lost and that religion will die. So I understand both of those. Swedish band Pain, by the way. I did. I guess you weren't here on the shows after I looked those up. It wasn't the week after for the band Pain. It was 2 weeks after when I had listened to their songs, and I had gone back. I actually really liked them a lot because, if I recall correctly, they were on the Nuclear Blast label, and they're from Sweden. So it's like, okay, if you would have told me Sweden in advance, because I think initially you just told me that they were band called Pain. So I found them, saw that they were Swedish. I was like, okay, no, this is going to be good. Then I saw that it was Nuclear Blast. I was like, okay, there's no way this can't be good. Everything I've ever heard off Nuclear Blast has been amazing, especially any groups from Sweden. So thank you very much for the recommendation. Really liked it. I listened to quite a few of their songs and I liked, I think all of them, all of them. So thank you for that. But yeah, other than that, that is all I've got for you guys today. Sorry it wasn't super music heavy, but there was some music sprinkled in there. But I didn't want to let you guys down. I had to be here for you guys. I'm here, even though I'm not home. I'm still here, still thinking about you guys, and love hanging out with you guys on Monday and Thursday nights. So thank you so much for hanging and chatting with me. And chat room's a little busier than it's been in a while. I've been all alone here. I know I've gotten some views afterwards, but I was like, no one's talking to me. But thank you guys for popping by and saying hello. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go rest now so I can be functional for the next few days. It's gonna be kind of intense. I'll give you guys an update. Um, just spoiler alert, we're not looking to like win the tournament. There are players that are like 50 million levels better than where we are ranked. So we're not going to win the whole tournament, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I will definitely give you updates. And if you guys could all do me a giant collective favor and keep your fingers crossed for me that I don't re-injure myself or make my injuries worse. I got injured this tournament last year because I hadn't been training. I played even less this year than I played the year before, so I'm totally not. It's not good. Not good. Anyway, but fingers crossed for me. Charlton, I hope that you are fully mended. If not, finish getting better soon. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so yet. Otherwise, I will see you guys Monday night for some music, provided my flight gets in on time and everything. 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern for some songs. And if you don't like me singing, you just like listening to me talk, then come back next Thursday, same time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, and I'll catch you guys after the weekend. Happy holidays, happy weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday.